Welcome to Between Us Three, yes, also known as BUT. We're business, but with banter and no BS. I'm Lauren, lover of high caliber talent, but low-key obsessed with gift wrapping and doing it good, and that I do. With me, as always, we have Nathan. He can get you out of a marketing pinch, but he's a little bit of a Christmas Grinch. Hey, Nathan.
Hello, thank you.
And also Chris here, who can drive accountability in teams, but is North Pole level exhausted by this time of year. Hey, Chris.
Hey, I think we're all over it a little bit. Might love this time of year, but for the love of God, when does it end?
I mean, we are recording in December for all those playing at home.
We have a bit of a buffer of our posts,
Festive.
so this will be out sometime in the new year.
It will be. So we hope everyone had a great Christmas.
Yeah.
By the
Yes.
time they're listening and looking at this.
So rather than jingling all the way, we'll just jingle some of the way today.
We'll
and
keep
save some for later.
keep our festiveness in check.
Check in.
Okay.
Personal, professional, positive since last time we sat down and hung out. Who's first?
I reckon
Go
you've
for
gone
it.
first because you always ask.
I will always
Oh,
ask.
okay.
Personally, I turned 50.
What?
Congrats.
Old AF.
Commiserations and
I know,
congratulations.
right?
Yes.
As I keep saying to my kids, I'm going to live to 124, so get used to me.
Okay. So you're not even
I'm not even halfway.
there.
Like, come on, there's some road ahead.
Absolutely.
But I also like to say I'm playing the
Epic.
back nine now, so I can like relax a little bit.
Absolutely.
And professional positive, I did my last client session this week, which is awesome, but being North Pole exhausted, it's been a big 25. So I'm pretty excited to move into an introspective, reflective period.
Nice.
Love that.
Go to the left, Nath.
So professionally, we've got the Pixel Christmas party coming up. So we're doing a trip away to Dalesford,
away.
overnight trip Christmas party.
That's a pretty great
Which
Christmas party.
sounds like a bender, but it's really not because my team are not really drinkers.
Uh-huh.
So we've got to do things that are a bit more fun, a bit more activity based.
Love
so
that.
we're doing a bit of horse riding in the bush and staying at the
Horse
Dalesford Hotel.
riding.
I know it's super risky
Okay.
from hopefully nobody hurts themselves because I know Paola's got a wedding coming up. She cannot
Oh,
be injured.
okay.
Okay.
I've ridden a horse once in my life. It was in grade 6 and I threw up all over the horse. That horse is currently going through counselling.
Because I'm tall, I always get the Clydesdales.
Oh,
so I'm
my
like
goodness.
miles up in the sky.
That
Very
is
risky.
from a really big vantage point on Clydesdale. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And then personally, we've just booked the first half of our winter holiday that I've been eyeing for a long time. One of my dream destinations is Santorini, Greece.
Ooh.
Oh my
So
gosh.
we've booked that. We don't know what we're doing after that just yet, but
That's brilliant.
actually one thing we did book afterwards, we're going to see. We couldn't get tickets. We couldn't arrange to see the Foo Fighters that are playing in Tasmania, one show only in
They-
Australia.
Yeah.
Yes, I know you guys are big Philly fans.
As fate would have it, whilst we're in England,
No way.
we're going to go see the Foo Fighters at Anfield in Liverpool.
Oh
Amazing.
My
So
gosh.
All right.
be a huge show.
This is bucket list
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
So winter.
Bring it on.
Very good.
Mrs. Hogan.
Professionally, I feel finally starting to see some dividends from shifting a little more into the advisory side of my business, which is what I want to be known for more. And I'm loving that work and doing more of that work. So that's a professional win.
Excellent.
Personally, I'm enjoying December. I feel like that's just so rude to say straight to your face, Chris, when you're North Pole level exhausted. But instead of feeling like I'm just scraping through or crawling to the finish line, I'm celebrating some wins and I'm still, at least to the current date, feeling pretty festive.
Brilliant.
So yeah.
Nice.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah. Good
All
check-in. Quick quips. Where are we going? What have we got to share? Anyone see anything interesting lately?
Well, from my perspective, we just had the Black Friday sales. So a lot of our clients
In
and
the marketing world is
marketing world
big.
goes crazy for Black Friday.
Yeah, right.
So American.
There was a it seems
God,
like
it's
it
got
lasts for a month
global.
now.
I tell you,
it is
I've
global
set
now.
my watch
Yeah.
by it now.
And it's not one day.
Do you have a lot of
it's a
e-com
month.
clients?
A few. It's
Okay.
not our main bread and butter, but yeah, we do.
Yep.
And so batten down the hatches kind
Yeah,
of thing.
all
Prepare for
hands on
server
deck.
crushes and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So
Oh, God,
thankfully,
yes.
actually, we did really well this year. We've got some cool stuff going on there. But one of the biggest networky internet, I'll say, just to keep it light, providers in the world, Cloudflare, had an outage last week that brought down all of Shopify, LinkedIn, the works.
Oh,
I think it
all
was
the
30% of internet or
times.
something like that. It was big. It was only an hour, but in internet time, that's massive.
Oh, that's huge. That's an
And
eternity,
luckily, it was the week after Black Friday because the financial impact of that during Black Friday would have been
Oh, it would
massive.
have been
Insane.
unrecoverable.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you guys partake? Were you Black Friday purchasers?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, a few
Oh,
little
I
bits and
was.
bobs. Yeah.
I was a sucker. I was like, yes, your inflated price that's now 30% off suspiciously, and I'm paying
Yeah.
10% more than I did last month when all's said and done.
Like the meme with the Mel Gibson meme of hold, and it's got the price in it. It's shows
Yeah,
the
I'm
same
like
price.
3, 2, 1, and I'm like, add to cart, add to cart, add to
Yep.
cart. I'm a sucker. Yeah. I did a lot of my Christmas shopping.
Love it.
Yeah. Well, I came across an interesting tidbit that a mining company in WA has recently implemented for their Christmas party a voluntary breathalyzer station and encourage their people halfway through to go and check themselves before they wreck themselves.
Voluntary is okay.
Voluntary,
Yeah.
yeah. Apparently it went down like a lead balloon. People were really protesting and didn't
Bit of a
like
party pooper.
Idiot, do you think? Or is it
But also
I mean
not
WA
practical.
mining, do they tend to go off?
I do know of a Geelong business
Yeah,
that has a
right.
breathalyzer in their office because
at all times.
there is a culture of drinking in that industry.
Yeah, right.
Gosh.
So
I feel like that's maybe needing a root cause approach rather than just a symptom approach of just can you
lean
you know,
in, right? It's a
yeah,
protective measure.
right.
Look, I think
Interesting.
trades live on a beer economy half the
Yeah.
time for
Yeah.
their
Yeah,
stuff.
right,
So,
yeah, right.
I've paid for things with a slab before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, of course. And I wonder if anyone did self-nominate or go over there. I mean, it probably was an ironic thing to have done it.
I would treat it like a contest.
Yes.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And
You
that's
might
dangerous,
propel
isn't
the
it?
opposite
That is dangerous.
behaviour.
Well, as long as it prevented somebody from driving that day.
Yep.
you know,
Yeah,
then it
that's
was
done
all
its
worth
job.
it, really. If it was
Yeah,
one
yeah.
person that it stopped from driving, if they had a bit of fun with it, sure, why not?
Just
Well-
a list of things. So from my perspective, quick quip.
Yeah, anything you come across?
I love the movie Office Space, which
Okay.
is from the 90s. It's
haven't seen
a little
that
bit
one.
subculture-y, and there's a guy with a stapler in it. It's hilarious.
Okay.
But there's a thing in that called the TPS report, which is like this bland reporting thing. And there's a company that had a high-level report that was submitted religiously, and they realised that one of the numbers in there was out by 859%.
Just a little
So
bit.
not a small amount, and it had been that way for some time. So they
Okay.
realised that nobody was reading this thing. So they started inserting pictures of their pets into a different tab on the report.
Oh my God.
Eventually, it turned out that they replaced the entire report with last updated on this date and put a picture of a goose feeding koi fish.
Okay.
And it took 6 weeks for the manager to notice, and then finally decided that maybe this is a redundant report.
Yeah, wow.
How much does that exist in business? This is always the way we've done it.
Just do it.
So we just do it. Do we really need it?
Yeah.
We've got to plant little subversive little bombs in there to see if anyone notices.
I think that's a bit
I've
passive aggressive.
Can I say?
It's a lot of effort.
Look at the face. What have you done?
I've done this with a client.
Oh.
So I put in. So like it was a friend of mine.
Yeah,
so
right, okay. You can
I
get
went to
away
high
with it.
school with and played basketball with. So
Okay.
I suspected he was not reading the marketing reports we were sending him.
Oh my goodness.
He is a massive Michael Jordan fan.
Oh,
In
yeah?
the middle of the report, I wrote that LeBron James is a better basketballer than Michael Jordan has
That
ever
is a
been.
perfect little
Yes.
bait. Yeah.
He did not respond.
He didn't respond.
Fantastic.
And did you call it out? Did you call his attention
I think
to
he
it?
saw it later on, like much later on, and then yeah.
I do have a client that they have a relatively abrasive swear word as the last line in their T's and C's on their contract
Oh,
to see if anybody reads it.
That's so interesting.
It's like, I like that.
clever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. I always remember and I don't have a great long-term memory, but I remember in grade 5 at primary school, our teacher got the whole class to do an exercise where it was just a piece of paper and it was, instruction number 1, put a circle around number 6. In instruction number 2, cluck like a duck. Instruction number 3, and the class is all clucking and crowing and throwing stuff and circling. And there was one girl, not me, although I shouldn't claim the fame.
Yeah.
One girl who just sat there and put her pen down. I was like, what is she? Can you read? What are you doing? And the very last instruction was do none of the above. So it was read it from start to finish first to prepare. And that's always stuck with me.
There's so many internet memes around. You're like, do this and then read that, and I bet you read that wrong.
Yes.
And now I bet you're doing this. It's like,
Yeah.
don't mess with me.
I know. We've all tried to lick our elbow. Anyway. I also saw that there was a French employee recently who was reprimanded for completing a month-long task in just 48 hours because that apparently disrupted the project timeline.
Oh.
So they were overproductive.
Honestly, that is...
Was the quality not there? Was it they're being accused of maybe not doing it thoroughly?
They didn't go into that amount of detail. I mean, otherwise, surely the concern would have been an inferior performance.
Is that like charging hundreds of thousands of dollars for a ChatGPT report?
Maybe.
Oh, it's quite close to home.
There's a quick
one.
clip in that one.
I tell you what.
I remember 17 years old. I was working in a boiler making shop as a Christmas job, trades assistant, sweeping floors, chipping off spatter from welding and stuff.
Yeah.
And by lunchtime, I had done all the jobs, and I had the shop hand come up and said, "Mate, you've got to slow down because you're just going to run out of work."
Wow.
And it's like, so there's a line, it's got an abrasive word in it as well, but looking busy is a shit job.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's really hard to look busy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We have this issue actually with a new employee, and with AI tools that are coming out, we're sometimes struggling to have enough work to do.
Yeah.
And then what? What do you do?
Well, that's where the contraction's going to happen.
It is,
with workers.
Eventually, at the moment, our remedy is to build a pipeline of like back burner tasks. But yeah, long term, you can't just
Makes
be
the
doing back
4-day
burner
work
tasks
week
the whole
a bit
the whole job.
easier to make
Yeah.
if productivity is being so enhanced by AI.
Well, if you listen to the government, we've had a productivity problem for quite some time.
Okay.
I don't know what that
interesting.
means.
I do know actually that quite recently another fairly significant cohort of the UK employer market went on to agree to 4-day work weeks because of other trials and productivity results and things. So UK is kind of leading charge on this 4-day work week.
Interesting.
Hasn't permeated Australia as much.
No. It's a challenge. I think we've discussed that before. So
Well, that kind of leads, I think, into the issue.
Yeah, what are we
First
diving
issue.
into today?
Well, I did see there was a Seek did a workplace happiness index, and I know you, Lauren, obviously you're close to a lot of this information. You mentioned before a new thing that's happening in the workplace, job hugging.
Job hugging.
Tell us about
People, instead of job hopping, they're job hugging. That they are more cautious than ever of making changes, but interestingly still pushing for remuneration increases. Sorry, employers.
more cautious than ever, or more cautious than recent times?
More cautious than recent times, most certainly. So
and what's causing that?
So I think that there's been such job hopping that people are without the sort of leave entitlements that they maybe were accustomed to, and they're noticing that to get places or to be as productive or to be as content or happy, they're having to invest in where they are, and sort of seeing the backlash of being so transactional as kind of hurting them because they're not getting this
backlash, right? Is this the normalization of the pendulum swing? Is
Most
this the kid in the
certainly.
candy store?
Yeah, it
I'm
was
going to
post-pandemic.
grow,
it was
grow,
like,
grow. Yay.
I'm going to ride the wave
Hang
of
on.
volatility.
There's consequences to my actions. Oh,
Yes.
and that might be being overlooked for a promotion,
Yes.
having no leave.
Yes.
So
There's also a bit of change fatigue going on. There's people who are not wanting to now trade familiarity for newness, and that the job hopping or the constant change has been exhausting. And I empathise with that. I mean, even just kind of getting into a new team and getting your rhythm and getting actually to permeate the culture, or getting to know some of your stakeholders and getting some decisions through, or knowing where to massage what. And it ultimately obviously makes your life easier and more productive and more enjoyable if you're not having to constantly reintroduce yourself or give additional context, but have people with history that you work with.
You would look at a lot of resumes in your job,
Very
right?
much,
A lot.
yes.
And what's the most reasonable time frame for a job? Like if you see somebody who's got 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, what does that tell you about someone versus 2 years, 5 years, 18-month gap? Is there
If it's been consistently 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, maybe 3 or 4 in a row, then I'll certainly reach out and have the conversation, perhaps ask if it was an independent agency choice, whether they wanted to enact some agency and were doing some short-term contracting work. I mean, I have a lot of respect for people that call it as they see it. Like I'm the sort of person, if I put on a movie and it sucks half an hour in, movie goes off.
Yep.
Whereas I know others who'd be like, oh, it might get good.
Yeah.
Let's stick with it, you know? And an hour later, they're hating life and it's like, no, it actually just sucks.
just wasted a whole
So
night?
similarly, if an employee starts somewhere and it's just not been the best choice or there's things that they didn't realise, I have a lot of respect for those who can pull the ripcord for themselves and for the employer.
If they've
So that's
chosen to
not
exit,
serving.
if they've chosen to
Yes.
exit after 6 months because there's a cultural misalignment,
Yes.
or if the juice wasn't
So
worth
if
the
there's
squeeze,
been a couple
right?
there, if there's been a couple, I can substantiate. Otherwise, I'm then asking why that experience didn't then inform their next choice and that they weren't then questioning what didn't perhaps go right for them previously. And so if it's a bit of a pattern, that can raise some red flags. But then again, someone who's been in their role for 2 or 5 years doesn't automatically get brownie points for longevity.
Yep.
I think that complacency can be a good thing and also a damaging thing. And that, you know, people do reference loyalty, but others, you know, I've spoken to others who say, my gosh, I could do whatever I want at work. You know, I'm pretty unchecked and I can come and go as I please. And that's not necessarily traits that bode well with maybe what I'm looking for on behalf of clients or what employers really value.
Do you think it's the dreaded Gen Zers that get the bad rap for the job hopping?
They certainly do. I think that, but you know, it's actually a lot of people are really surprised to learn. It's very much this way in Australia. I don't know if it's global, but it's actually illegal. I think it's illegal, like it's literally legislative, that employers are not meant to, or they can be held account. They're not intended or meant to advertise asking for a certain number of years experience in a role. Because it's been shown.
That's very common.
Shown in a court of, how common is it?
Yeah.
Shown in a court of law that years of experience does not equate to skill. So someone who's been in a role for 5 years, really, someone who's been in a role for 5 years, someone who's done that
It's
for
not a
12 months,
guarantee of
might
skill,
run rings around
but it's an indicator.
can
Much
be
like
an
a qualification
indicator,
is an
not
indicator.
a requirement. It should be proven experience or significant experience, but actually asking for a certain number of years.
Does it not matter? Like what is the skill? Like some skills can be learned reasonably quickly, but some skills need time to master. Particularly like if you think about a craft.
Sure.
Like you can't just pick up a craft. You have to fail and master over time.
Cannot become a surgeon overnight because you're just bloody good.
And I don't want a surgeon
True.
who's 6 months into the
And
job.
I've seen something, I'll probably butcher it, but it's something like you can't put 9 women together and have a baby in a month.
Yes. I
Like it
that
takes
one.
9 months. That's
Yeah.
just what it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
So I get
compression algorithm
that,
for experience.
but I do hold space for those that can master things quick.
So I would always put in a job ad, and I think maybe even when you and I worked together, was the ideal is this, but it was just it's a guideline, right?
and
It's not a
set
rule.
in stone,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm with that. I'm with strict. You know, making it
Ideally,
absolutely
you'll have
compulsory would be
this
too
many
far.
years experience because
Yeah,
we
it
know you've
comes under
seen
the
some stuff.
discriminatory to say must have.
No,
Must.
Must have
Yeah,
5 years
okay.
experience. Yeah.
Ideal candidate has. Okay.
Sure.
That's you get around.
Or equivalent would be a good little caveat.
There are
You know,
a lot of
equivalent
things
experience.
that you would disseminate in the hiring process that you wouldn't openly speak about, but
For
there's
sure,
a silent
sure.
yeah,
Some
But the
selection
nuances,
process
The
is going
job
on.
hopping thing, I mean, I get called a boomer by my kids, but clearly I'm a hardcore Gen Xer, and I'll own that.
Yes.
Parents, boomers, obviously, jobs for life, right? You don't move, you commit to the company, that's it. I don't think we'll ever go back to that. But we've gone through this post-COVID phase of, well, you know what? Maybe it's about me, and that's okay.
For sure.
But at
And
the
a
same
good
time, it has to be a
perspective.
little bit about the organisation as well.
Yeah.
And I when I see posts online of people who, I think we've talked about this before, like, screw the company, they don't care about you. It's like, no, if they don't care about you, it's the wrong company. But don't think all companies think that way. Find the right company. You want to find an organization that you connect with the culture, like congruence with your own personal values. We talked about that earlier today. But this is you'll stay somewhere where you feel like you fit in.
Yeah.
But you'll also stay somewhere that you feel like you can be successful in the seat that you're sitting in. And that's a skills-based conversation. Like there's a lot of conversation about burnout at the moment happening around.
It really is.
And I find it fascinating, and this is probably a personal reflection. I'm trying to take this down a tangent, right? This is a bit of a rabbit hole. But sticking in a role because you love the culture, but you can't be successful in the seat that you're in, that's probably where burnout starts. You'll either get negative towards the culture and you'll become no longer a culture fit because screw this role, I can't do it. They ask me too much. But it's beyond your capability, right? It's either you don't get it and someone's put you in that role, or you don't have the capacity to do the role. You don't have the skill set or the support. And that's a leadership failure because you're allowing somebody to exist in a space they can never be successful in. So sometimes you've got to step up and help people make a decision, and the best thing for them is to move on. And they will probably never do it on their own because complacency, because comfort, because job hugging.
Yes, job
so
hugging.
Is job hugging going to cause another leadership fracture where we've got some toxicity in the market because people are just sitting there and go, well, I may as well just turn up every day and do my job even though I hate the place.
Interesting. I read as recent as last month that a guy resigned, and the way he resigned was he put his resignation letter in the leaves of a ficus plant. And his resignation letter said that the CEO watered this plant more than he watered that person's career.
Wow.
And so on that principle, he was out. And I thought that
creative.
was quite poignant. I mean, it might have been in the creative sector. That wasn't something in the article.
I see a ficus. I think that's a ficus behind you.
How well is that nurtured? But I thought,
that is
that is a fake one. But it does go to show as to what's top of mind, and that our people need watering as well.
Well, to back up some of what we just talked about in the Seek Happiness study or index, just over 1/2 of employees surveyed are actually happy in their workplace.
Interesting.
That's actually really terrible.
57% it was.
It
Roughly,
makes me sad. I don't know why.
Roughly 1/3 dread coming to work.
Oh,
dread.
I
not
worked
just
with a
unhappy.
candidate one time who was so miserable at her work, in her role, that she said most mornings she would need to pull over and throw up on the way to work.
Oof.
She was such a dithering mess to go into that workplace. Oh my God, I thought life's just too short.
So Gen Z,
far out.
you would assume, and correctly, they burn out and are more exhausted than the broader population. 41% of Gen Zers are burnt out.
There's a reasonable conversation around resilience and what does that actually feel like. But the worst thing that ever happens to someone is still the worst thing that's ever happened to them. So you have to have perspective that that's what they're feeling. I have to get into that because it's like, come on, you don't know what hard work is.
Well,
when I was young, no.
Not that you're a boomer, you've said that.
100% not.
73% of boomers are happy at work.
There you go.
I think though I'll speak for myself. I need to take better accountability for how I'm spending my leisure time as well. I think that the permeation
having too much fun.
If anything, the permeation of social media to Gen Xers and, when I really think about, there's a bloody saying like we all have as many hours in the day as Beyonce. Like it's, and spending those hours
I've never heard that one.
down TikTok rabbit holes that I am increasingly doing. For me, anyway, on occasion, that's fine.
It's called brain rot for a reason.
Yes, I feel like I'm leaning too much into that and not enough in putting my feet in some grass.
Yes.
And that's contributing to burnout and how I'm showing up at work. And, not only am I wandering down TikTok rabbit holes, but now I'm watching TikToks at 2 speed.
Oh,
Like if they had 10
real?
speed, would I be watching?
Really cool. Let's not go
You know,
with that
I was watching some flower bloom the other day, on TikTok.
Riveting.
But I was like, on 2-speed, I was like, hurry up and bloom. And I was like, come on. I can't even take
Wow.
what is maybe 2 minutes to watch this process beautiful unfold.
This leads beautifully into our next issue.
Okay.
Because Gen Alpha
Yes.
now no longer allowed to use social media for that very reason, brain rot.
That's true. We
The
had
Australian
the
government
16-year-old
ban has come into place.
And have we seen apparently that that the other lesser known social media apps are now the most downloaded? on the App
Lemonade?
Store?
I've never heard of
Never heard of
Lemonade.
it in my life. Yep.
When the US was apparently going to ban TikTok, they had a big surge of downloads. This Lemonade platform, apparently it's
Never heard of
similar to TikTok.
Really?
So all the main players are now banned.
Yes.
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook,
Yeah.
Snapchat, Reddit, I think. Was it Reddit?
Really?
Twitch, definitely, which is a big one for like
Okay.
the gamers.
Right.
Yep.
But there's a lot of news.
Discord is more of a chat,
Is chats. So
thing,
chats
so-
are okay.
Yeah.
And yeah.
which still worries me, right? Discord is an open chat, so you can join groups with other people,
Yep.
and that's possibly from a predatory perspective
Right.
equally as frightening.
Okay.
And the bans don't seem to have been that thorough. So a lot of kids reporting in the news that nothing changed and they were able to log in and post and still communicate.
My
My daughter was
my
banned.
21-year-old came up as a 14-year-old.
Oh, right.
Take it as a compliment.
Yeah,
Okay.
own that shit. When you're 50,
Fountain of youth.
Yeah.
please, for the love of God,
I
somebody
did
think
see
I'm
that
young.
there was
Yeah.
a wave of kids who received email notifications from their providers about the ban, and there seemed to be a link between those that opened those emails and then didn't have access to their platforms.
Right.
And so there was a massive wave of kids who said, don't open the emails, don't open them, and could still then access their content. So I don't know technically how that connects, but apparently
Fake
there
accounts,
was,
is this
there
the
was
ca-
something.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe just that account's real because somebody's read it.
I mean, I'm the first to say I don't know enough about it. I'm not in that season of life. I have a preppy, not a 16-year-old, but it's certainly on my mind as a parent. And
I've got a 14-year-old.
and- yeah,
You've
right.
got
He'd
a
be on YouTube.
yeah.
You're
Charlie
preppy.
at 6.
Yeah.
On you. Oh, yeah, okay, true. No,
Watching
he's
YouTube.
very
He's not a
much watching-
YouTuber.
He very much
no, no.
watches YouTube.
Yeah.
He's Mr. Mini
Yeah,
Beast.
he really does.
My daughter's 13, so she's definitely
Yeah,
communicating with
right.
all her friends
Yep.
on her phone.
Okay, what's the reaction been in your household?
She doesn't use
Socials,
a channel per se that much. She has a Facebook profile, which is now banned,
right?
but she didn't really use it. It was
Okay.
mainly for family, to be honest.
Okay.
Yep.
But all of her chatting, play on, all good.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
So I'm not sure how much
Because
impact-
WhatsApp is not obviously part
WhatsApp's
of the
not.
ban, so
No.
those sorts of things, right?
The bans are quite the fines for these networks are pretty.
They are.
pretty
It's
large.
something like
49.5 million is the
millions,
maximum
yes.
fine.
Maybe I need to opt in. Maybe there needs to be an
So-
option for adults to opt in because, like I said, I'm running around unchecked.
It might be a storm in a
and it
teacup.
might be a bit.
I mean, wasn't there a group of kids who were trying to fight the ban and get because it's a safety thing or a
Yep.
it's like,
A lot of
man,
I can see so much weight to some genuine arguments on both sides, and
Yep.
and if case in point, if Facebook, for example, is predominantly used with family catch-ups and things, I mean, what about maybe overseas grandparents and the loneliness epidemic, and feeling like they're connected to their family and how that will have the ripple effects.
I'm not saying I'm the world's greatest parent by any long shot, but parenting has to come into that. Like if you've got a 12-year-old who's spending 6 hours a day on TikTok,
Sure. Yes. I mean, yeah,
I don't
I've
know.
tried to. I mean, I also agree that time spent wasted is not necessarily wasted time, and
that's deep.
and that time. Sometimes my TikTok scrolls.
Is that like a lyric from a song?
I don't know. No,
Feels
I
like it
don't
is.
think so.
Like,
It could be.
it should be now.
We'll roll one out. Wasted's not wasted time. And sometimes
Maybe it shouldn't be.
sometimes my TikTok scrolls end with me laughing so much that I'm crying.
Yes.
And
I do.
that can be good for the soul.
I'm not TikTok.
Yeah, right.
I'm classic Gen X. I'll
Facebook.
wait for it to become a reel
to come
on
okay,
Instagram
yeah.
like
Yeah,
a grown up.
delay reaction, yeah. So, but I think that balance, that overused word, is the thing of importance.
Is it we've had conversations, Nath, I know you and I, around workers using their phones and scrolling in the workplace. I mean, would it be a reasonable thing for like phone bans in the workplace?
Hard to
Triggering,
enforce.
right? Triggering. I know.
Hard to enforce as a digital marketing agency.
I know, right? I'm doing
Yes,
research.
Right. You know, yesterday,
know.
I'm in Armstrong Creek, and there's currently the duplication of the Bowen Heads road going
That
on.
road, right.
Man, that's 10 years. Like,
It's a bit nuts out there.
put the roads in
but-
before you put the houses in. Come on.
I know. But this morning I was stopped by a worker with a stop slow sign who had stopped the traffic and was scrolling on her phone.
That can't
That
be.
cannot be safe.
And I thought, okay, maybe, that's not going to be, work wise or road safe.
No.
Or maybe she was getting comms about whatever was happening that afternoon.
What if
Like,
she's wearing some meta glasses and she's
Wow.
scrolling visually
true
and
and
engaging?
it's not impacting? Or
So that should be banned. Let's
Yeah.
all agree with that.
it's like there's the line. That
in
definitely
that
goes
specific
over it.
workplace.
Yes.
Like when you talk about meta glasses and you think about a hotel chain that when a customer walks in,
They're not meta glasses, are they?
I mean, I just tapped the
know,
side. I'm
yeah.
taking photos the whole time, right? Well, actually,
Yeah.
they're Oakley or Ray-Ban, but anyway,
Right.
custom facial recognition comes in. Welcome back, Mr. George. Haven't seen you in like 6 months. Even if it is prompted, is it disingenuous?
It's also, I think, illegal because didn't Bunnings just get
Yeah,
in trouble
it was
for
a security thing.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, so
I haven't heard
they
this.
introduced facial recognition to identify shoplifters.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it was
I
deemed an
see.
invasion of privacy. I don't know what the repercussion was, but they
think it sort
definitely
of
had to
disappeared, I think.
remove it.
But from
Wow.
a creating connection with a human being, I don't think that's a terrible use of technology.
No.
No,
No,
not
I'm
at
with you there.
all.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
I'm big on, on my CRM, like I'll make sure I keep notes that are the names of the kids.
You are the
or
master.
That,
Yes.
that call back to something personal or thoughtful.
I've got
so
a
that's
client who's a
brilliant.
sales consultant.
Yes.
Her database is your level. You two should talk actually.
Okay,
They're like-
interesting.
It's just the phenomenal
But I
detail.
do think that those personal like notes, unless it was how was your surgery on Thursday and, you know, it's particularly intimate or something.
Yeah.
That,
Again, I'm on the
you
back
know,
nine, right?
yeah.
I'm 50. Remembering people's names kills me.
yes.
G'day, mate. Good to see you again.
yes.
How good would that be?
Oh,
G'day,
yes.
Nathan. How you going?
Yeah,
Haven't seen you in ages.
right.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure.
it helps me. It'll reduce anxiety.
Absolutely.
Is it disingenuous? Kind of like our AI conversation around watching somebody deliver training is awesome, but they're not trying to fake a relationship. You're still human. You're just being. It's like the Devil Wears
Helped.
Prada.
Yeah. That's exactly. To have a little chaperone
Someone
to say
that-
this is
that's Bob, and
married
that's
to
his second
so and so.
wife.
Yes, secretary of this, and it's like, thank you. Yeah, right.
Yeah, how
I
do
mean,
you go from social media ban to this? Awesome.
Even if it was disingenuous, I'd rather that than the awkwardness when two people meet again and they don't
Yeah.
remember their names.
I'm at a phase of life where it's going, man, how you going? I've completely forgotten your name. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And that's okay too,
Yeah.
because it's way less awkward than g'day,
Yeah.
mate.
I know. I'm like, I'm in the people business, and
Yeah.
let me tell you, my eyeballs constantly flash memory full across them because the names that are, and so
Yep.
even just popping down to Woolies, I
Yes.
do a lot of hey, you.
It happened to me at the airport the other day.
Yeah,
I literally,
right.
I know the guy and I know his face, but he was in a different context. It was a t-shirt,
Not
wasn't a suit,
blank.
had glasses on instead, and I've gone, Jake, how you
Buddy,
going?
oh,
and so there was a
well
pause,
done.
and it was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny though, but if I had meta glasses that were fast enough from a response time perspective,
Brilliant.
g'day man, how you seen you? Yeah, like I love that.
I wonder how much they go for, meta glasses.
I don't think they're that expensive, are they?
I don't know how. What's the latency, right? That would be.
No idea. Do you know,
Hang on a
yesterday
second.
I came across.
Hey, Lauren, how you going?
Yeah, no, true. It can't be a lag.
Wait.
Yeah, true. And surely it can't impact your vision.
$600.
$600.
Oh wow.
Nothing.
That's
All right, maybe next time these
that's
will be meta
good.
glasses.
Yeah, I know. Next time it's going to be super great context with all the stats and everything. I found out yesterday. Have you guys ever heard of 8 sleep?
8 sleep.
8 sleep.
That's not the thing that regulates
Yes.
temperature.
Yes.
Yes, I have seen that.
Apparently, it's massive in America, and now they're doing free international shipping to a number of countries, including Australia.
What's it called?
8 sleep.
Like number 8?
Yes, 8 sleep. Tempting, my goodness. My husband is someone who loves warmth and I love the cold. And this is a cover or a topper, mattress topper that is marketed to top athletes and apparently has a big cult following, particularly in the
So
US.
100% we are the target market, right?
Apparently,
Obviously.
yes. And there are little coils through that regulate temperature.
Yep.
So you use an app on your phone and you can set one side of the bed to
Different
hot and the
zones.
other to cold. So the cold apparently is like, have you ever turned your pillow over to the cold side?
It's one of the
Or
best,
popped your hand through the two pillows and it's cold.
one of the simple
It's
things
that.
in life, right?
Yes.
There
And so it goes for $5,000
Ooh.
for a mattress topper. Chris Reddington is scrubbing it out. Or you can spend a bit more and actually get
course you
like mattresses that move up and down and
Yeah.
other.
I'm not 80.
And a quilt that also on the top does then regulate the temperature. I thought, my God, there's some people out there getting a good 8 hours.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in restorative sleep. If someone vox pops me when I'm 90 and says what's wisdom to give the
Sleep.
younger kids, spend the money on a really great mattress setup and make your bedroom your sanctuary.
I've been practicing mindfulness recently.
Wonderful.
Guided mindfulness.
Okay.
I cannot stay awake through the entire session. I wake up in the middle of the night with the light still on,
And it's
headphones in my ears.
That sounds restorative.
crap.
It doesn't
It
get any
works.
more. Doesn't get any more
Yeah.
mindful.
Well, it doesn't get me more mindful, but it did help me relax. So
Well, what you need then is like a mindfulness meditation for the first 5 minutes and then have learning.
I
So
think
that it's subliminally going into your
Well, that's
brain. It knocks you
Down-
out and then it
download.
can download info.
Have you seen the comedian Des Bishop do a? He does
No.
he does a bit on mindfulness,
Okay.
and he's Gen Xer, and he goes, when I grew up, went to the toilet without a phone, mindfulness.
Yeah,
Sitting on a
right.
bus,
True.
waiting to get somewhere, mindfulness.
Yes.
true.
He goes, and that I used the example the other day because I'm a nerd, and remember when you had to defrag hard drives?
yes,
No.
that's an IT thing. I think
No.
it's-
What
so
now?
defrag, and
Defrag
it was taking all the fragmented data and putting it into contiguous blocks so that it was faster to be read.
Contiguous.
I am a nerd, right? But it can be read faster. It's faster response times.
Okay.
And that's what happens, I'm convinced, in our brains, that we fragment information unless we stop and spend time being mindful. And like EOS, I would teach the clarity break as a business leadership practice. I do 3-4 pages of free writing every morning, which is my journaling, and I call that my brain defrag because I'm taking fragmented information and you're reconstructing it into a way you can reference faster. So I think that's
for us uneducated, contiguous is sharing a common border or touching.
Interesting. It's now going to become part of my vernacular. Contiguous. I thought you made a gaff and it was continuous.
No.
Nope, contiguous
Thank
is
you.
an
I'll be
authentic
here
word.
all day.
I know someone whose brother is, I feel like on the polar end of mindful, where he will insist on taking 20 chews of every bite.
That's a little OCD.
I'm like,
right?
that's someone interesting to have dinner with who's just working their way through.
Good for the
But,
digestive system.
Yes,
Yeah.
really, how much do we just chug back with a couple of bites, and eat like ducks?
Yeah. Well, I had a
Just
conversation
neck it.
over breakfast with Ebony this morning about I have a propensity to get irritated with a lot of noise and that type of stuff. And sensory overload is probably a good way of putting
Sure.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which would err on the side of maybe a little bit ADHD or a little bit, whatever that looks like. But what frustrates me is when people talk over the top of other people and when there's a lot of noise happening and trying to focus. And I need to get better at responding rather than reacting. And I think that's what I like about meditation and that you spend enough time to be smooth as opposed to staccato.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
throwing all my cool words out today.
I know. You're a walking thesaurus
Look out.
today. Like,
I can't say thesaurus now.
The
So
thesaurus.
well, it goes back to the butt pod conversation. But I think,
Nice link.
yeah, spending enough time to defrag, again, mindfulness is such a overused word. It is the opportunity to do nothing. And I worry that kids with the brain rot and the anxiety that comes and burnout, like this has come back full circle, right? This is cool. This conversation's come back to the same spot. If we are constantly pushing information into our mind and never have the chance to reference it and re-articulate it, how do we ever know that we don't have shit for brains?
True. But it's also just this current state of, again, productivity. I mean, again,
Is it productive though?
But I'm self-put. I mean, even, these days I find if I'm cooking dinner, then I'm listening to a podcast. I'm like, why can't I just cook dinner?
Yes.
Or I'm on my way in between meetings in the car. And again, it's a micro-learning opportunity to just cram. Or it's like the microwave has got 30 seconds, so I'm smashing out the dishes. Or it's this like constant barrage of productivity and pace and not, wasting time, or this focus on, leveling up and doing better and pushing through. And so, I think that's part of it as well.
Yeah.
I think
Could not agree more.
there was, again, I saw something recently that a TikTok an influencer, an Instagram influencer was recently let go from her job because she was caught on some audio doing get ready with me's on their weekly Zoom check-in team meeting. So she would check in and be there, but not actually. She was then turning and doing get ready with me's and doing her makeup and then putting that on her socials. And so she wasn't really participating in the meeting.
All right.
And it was just, wow, she, can't sit and listen.
That's theft.
She's then productive.
That's theft of time.
It's like I'm at the computer, I've got the ring light on, I'm not saying anything in the meeting, so I'm going to smash out a get ready with me and edit it on the fly.
Not multitasking.
No.
It's theft, yeah.
Yes,
That's
theft.
theft, yeah.
It's straight up theft.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Someone's buying your time.
Yeah.
So I think there's an interesting conversation in that, in generationally, in this ties back with the whole job hugging.
And
it ties back
burnout
burnout. It ties back
Yes.
mindfulness and
Absolutely.
I mean, we bought a farm for that reason, but that's sort of bitten us in the ass because there's so much to do on a farm.
Oh, really?
But
on that ride-on mower a
digging
lot?
a hole,
Yeah.
mindful.
Yeah.
Mowing the lawn, I do listen to audiobooks.
Yeah, do you?
But sometimes when the audiobook finishes, you go, let's turn those headphones off and just
Yeah.
enjoy the sound of a Kawasaki
Yes.
engine behind you.
Yeah.
So it's not quite the same.
And, I mean, again, listening to the podcast or the mindfulness or the audiobooks, again, then can enrich and nourish our mind or enable us to find calm at different places that we wouldn't have otherwise. So I just talk myself into circles and riddles because there's arguments for so many of the same activity that's why time, wasted is not always wasted time.
Number 3. Let's move on to
Last
next
issue of the day. So
gifting in the workplace.
timely.
Framing this one, so context. Gifting at Christmas time is something that I do with my clients. We do it for, I think, our own personal reasons. I was talking with Lauren earlier about when you have 120 clients and you've got 3 sales staff and trying to get out 120 bottles of wine, like it's a project that needs to be managed.
Process.
But we gift at the end of the year. There's a book called Giftology, which is about the science of gifting and talks about different ways to make it about them, not about you. Because when you gift to someone, it should be I would think it's a sign of appreciation and thoughtfulness. Not here's a branded
Token.
pen and here's a squeezy ball, or here's a mouse mat.
No gift is better than a shit gift.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
So is Christmas gifting still a thing? Or do we tie that one back into that conversation as well of almost performance incentivizing in the workplace? Is a Christmas bonus better than a pizza party when you're a $1 billion organization?
Did you know that 70% of employees prefer a meaningful handwritten note from their manager over any Kris Kringle gift under $30?
That is not surprising.
Not a lot you can get for under $30.
Oh,
So, yeah, the bar's not very high.
I was going to ask you guys
Not a lot.
what's your best and what's your worst Kris Kringle gift, because there's some shit ones out there, but I won't put you on the spot. That's probably a post-Christmas conversation.
I remember one time getting a $25 coffee gift card which was like, hey, I drink coffee.
Yeah.
I use gift
Take
cards.
that. I wouldn't mind that.
And the person mentioned there's at least $12 left.
Oh, that's funny. Was that a joke?
I
That had
don't
to,
think so.
that had to be a joke.
I
Had to
was
be.
like,
Had to be. Had to be.
thank you.
That's like 2 coffees.
I
these
know. I was
days.
like, $12. I'm mentally like,
Back in
that's
the-
still a couple of coffees.
Back in the day would have been great. Like,
Yeah,
best one
right.
I ever had was, and this we used to do the stealing Santa thing. A staff member had a little bit of a side hustle where he'd refurbish old original Game Boys.
Oh, cool.
So to keep it under the budget, he'd gone and found like 3 or 4 busted up Game Boys, put it together. So legit Gen 1 Game Boy.
Yeah, nice.
Like that is next level because
that's a
it's
lot of effort,
it's
isn't it?
personal, it's effort, and it was
Yes.
targeted to an IT organization.
Yeah, right.
He is still a friend and has been for a long time because he's a good human being.
That is very cool.
But the worst one ever was I think somebody re-gifted a webcam that failed on their laptop in the office. So it was a company asset
my
anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Keeping it.
Kind of funny, but
Wow.
anyway, that's a tangent.
I once knew a colleague who gifted their manager a very nice bottle of scotch, and in January submitted an expense claim for said scotch.
Don't be doing that here.
I mean,
little bit
you
of
know,
genius in that.
creative is kind of like what? And you know,
that's
submitting expenses was part of their role. It was quite routine.
Mm.
And it would go in with a bunch of others and often just get signed off. So they were like, why not just drop that in?
No one will notice.
And I have no clue if it ever got picked up. Yeah.
But do you do Christmas gifts for your clients?
Varied. I used to do it for everybody.
Yep.
For all of our sort of regular clients. We're probably growing too big now to sort of do that.
Let me guess. The gift they get is year long, and it is working with Nathan and the team at Pixel. Yes.
I sort of take the tact of like what we just said before. It has to be meaningful. Otherwise, it's not really worth doing. A generic sort of basic corporate gift. I don't think
A
it's
gift basket of just shit chocolate you're never going to eat.
I just think I don't want to be remembered for a crap gift.
Yep.
I'd rather not be involved. I don't think gifting corporately is as big as it used to be.
No.
I agree.
I don't think I receive many these days. I've got one particular client. Every Christmas brings around a big van of booze and just throws out beautiful, beautiful whiskies and
Oh, well.
What?
yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
do I get one of
I
those
know. I was like,
clients?
do they need some talent acquisition?
Wow.
I can help them grow.
There's a couple of bottles. There's a couple of bottles in my office right now.
Very
Still there.
nice. Very nice.
Last year for Pixel's Stealing Santa, I bought a little karaoke machine.
Cool.
Just a little small one.
Yeah.
But somebody else won it. But I desperately wanted it. So on the way home on the bus, I was karaokeing all the way home.
That's great.
A really bad one in my friendship group. This is 20 years ago, so don't think different on me. But
Okay.
I don't know whether I bought it. I can't remember whether I bought it or somebody else, but I think I might have bought it just as a joke. But anyway, it was a pack of PJ Supers 20s. And everybody wanted it.
Well, these days that'd be
Oh
2-3
my
times
God.
the budget. Right?
Yeah, that's so
yeah,
right.
yeah.
What do you guys think is the most re-gifted Kris Kringle gift?
Re-gifted.
Yeah.
Well,
I
re-gifting
can
is a
tell
whole
you.
other conversation.
I know.
No.
Socks.
I'll tell you. No. Begins with M and ends in UGG.
Not
A novelty
massive
mug.
Ugg boots.
Mug.
Mug. It was in the hint.
I do love a good mug.
Novelty
though.
mug.
I love
apparently,
good mugs.
they're very popular as gifts, and then also very popular to be re-gifted.
Yes. I think we had one turn up that had UNT on it. And the handle was...
The handle.
Which it didn't end up going home. Like it stayed in the office.
Okay.
And I remember having a new head of finance come in
Risque.
and she's drinking out. She goes,
Oh, I didn't
I don't know what
realise.
this mug means. I went, I really should take that out of the
I don't know
office.
either.
University of the Northern Territory.
It was hilarious. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, right. But yeah, always thoughtful, Kris Kringles or corporate gifts are the ones that permeate.
I've
for
got a
sure.
colleague who doesn't believe in end of year gifting, but
Okay.
does believe in appreciation.
Okay.
So, like I guess anything meaningful,
Yes.
it takes more brain cycles.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's less able to scale. So how do you, like with staff benefits. How do you, and this is a similar conversation, how do you make that meaningful and personalised, but at scale? If you've got 100 staff, how do you, clearly I think the answer is you need to delegate it down to management and give them rules to
And budget.
Yes.
So
Did you know that companies with flexible leave around Christmas have 26% higher retention the following year?
I think you said on the last catch up we had that the greatest perk that people like is getting their birthdays off.
Oh, it's such a one that candidates say that they like. Yes.
So when you say flexible, what do you think of the workplace shutdown? Because that's something that we've done since the dawn.
To have
2 week
forced
shutdown.
leave or
Yeah.
I mean, it seems on the whole, as long as it's not their entire allocation, then it's received.
Well, we
really
planned
well.
for it, so
Yes.
we've plenty of notice.
Yeah.
But it ends up being 7 leave days.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, by and large, the candidates that I work with and speak to really welcome that. And if anything, the workplaces, I facilitated the appointment recently of 2 roles, one of which are working through on skeleton staff and one of which do close for about a 2-week period. And, you know, the differences in the optimism and the enthusiasm of the candidates was pretty powerful.
I think it still stands true that you'll get way more productivity out of a team that works for 48 weeks instead of 52 weeks.
Yeah, right.
So pushing through leave for, we're talking about 8 hours sleep. It's the same conversation.
Yeah.
Like, let your people take some leave.
You know, I know a few that really look forward. They don't have children and they really enjoy that time of year because it's quite quiet in the office and they're
want to
more
work through.
conscientious and they like
It feels
the
more
opportunity
productive.
to sort of reset for the new calendar year
It's my
and
favourite time.
clean out the whole desk or do the filing or be really cathartic about setting themselves up or clean the desktop, you know, of the computer.
I have a client. I have not a client. I'm on the board, but they provide 1 extra leave day to all staff for Christmas shopping.
For Christmas shopping.
So you can take an extra leave day in December.
That's going in the memory bank. That's
generous.
a nice, memorable.
That's a super cool one.
That is
right?
a very memorable one.
If being family oriented is one of your core values or what your purpose, that's a super cool one.
Very cool.
And it doesn't have to be denominational. It doesn't have to be Christian. It doesn't have to be Christmas, but it can be an extra leave day. I love it. I think it's super cool.
Nice.
Did you know that the number one complaint in December in workplaces is about volume of music?
Mariah Carey.
Apparently, yeah.
Yep.
Are you guys festive tune fans? I've had Christmas crooners on in my car since December.
Michael
1.
Bublé Christmas
Oh,
album
I
every
tell
year.
you.
I'm a fan of Wham! Last Christmas.
Oh my gosh!
On repeat?
Okay,
That's my
okay.
Christmas track of choice. Yep.
The other one I don't love is Barbara Streisand's Jingle Bells. Have you ever heard that?
No.
It's
I'm very happy I haven't.
Jingle bells, like
Oh,
it
jeez.
is
I avoid Barbara Streisand.
bananas.
Yeah,
right.
I'm not that guy.
It's not one of the crooners that I prefer.
She's
this
not a
time of year.
crooner.
No, it's one of
No.
them throwing it back.
I'm going to put it out there, and I'll
Isn't
die
it
on that
whack
hill.
though how the most beloved of Christmas songs are from yesteryear?
Yeah,
There's not been many that have infiltrated. I mean, Mariah Carey's got to be one.
Santa Baby, Ariana Grande, like that's a
Really?
That's a
You
modern
feel like
classic.
that's a
My
big
kids
one?
are into that one.
Kelly Clarkson's got a
yeah.
good Christmas track that's pretty popular.
You know what my favorite one is?
What?
And this is weird. Like the Love Actually movie.
Oh yeah.
Again, I'm a massive rom-com
Yeah,
chick flick
yeah.
fan. Please don't judge the shit out of me.
Yes.
Nathan, I can see it in your eyes right now.
You've gone up in my eyes and down in Nathan's.
I thought you were cool. No, you didn't ever think I was cool. But there's a scene where Hugh Grant is going to house,
Yes.
as the Prime Minister of the UK, and he's got a
Yes.
copper behind him. And they
Yes.
go, "Are you carolers?" And he starts singing "Good King Wenceslas."
Yeah, yeah.
And the way the copper's singing, like
that's
he
his
rolls his eyes
baritone.
round about. I love it. So I bust that out in the house all the
that's
time, rolling eyes, and
great.
that's sort of a like bringing those hilarious ones back in.
That's so cool.
What is that cuckoo sound happening, mate?
That is the Pixel doorbell.
Oh
I
my
love
gosh,
that.
it's
I'm going to
hilarious.
push that so many times next time I come in. Now I've heard it.
Everyone loves it. It's great.
Unreal.
Oh, well, on that note,
So
lads.
gifting, it's done.
It is.
It is done. I
It's a
think
mixed
that was.
bag.
What was your one takeaway from today? What's the one thing as a conclude to potentially leave any listeners or viewers with?
I think some grace, to give myself some grace, to understand that we've got these productivity pressures and the downtime and the time wasted and trying to find balance, and it's all meaning well. And I think that going into 2026, I'm going to try and level up on how I go about doing things, but give myself a bit of grace and pat on the back that I'm still trying and I'm still out there trying to get better, do better, be better.
Yep.
And it's all a work in progress.
I love that. That is, I mean, I have an intention or an archetype that I'm using for next year, which is the Zen surfer.
Can you surf?
I cannot surf and I don't want to because
Yes.
there's sharks in there. Like,
Okay,
I'm
there
going
are.
to stay
Did
out.
you see the one in Torquay last week?
No.
Yeah, I
Fish
saw it.
shows.
Yep.
Did you?
All right.
Like
Wasn't
in
an
the
AI video, was
shallows.
it?
I know, now it's all sus.
Distrust, right?
bunnies.
It's a thing. But the Zen
So
surfer
true.
for me,
Zen
right? It's ride the
surfer.
waves. It's
Hey,
be
that's
okay with
cool.
downtime. It's don't grip as tight.
Yeah,
It's go
right.
deeper, less wide. Like
Yeah,
it's do
right.
less but better.
Yes.
So and
yeah.
that's my takeaway, and
Great
it's similar to the
takeaway.
mindful vibe, and I
yeah,
like that.
Yeah,
Well,
How about you, Nate?
I'll concur with that, but
Yeah,
I'll
nice.
extend it to say maybe giving some grace as well to people of different walks of life and different
I love
likes
that.
and beliefs. So
I like that.
yeah,
Oh, everyone's
us.
just out there trying their best.
yeah,
We're enlightened as fuck.
You know, everyone's just out there trying to grow goatees and trying to just like live the dream.
Nice.
Snuck one in there. You didn't get my goatee reference.
No, I think he
didn't
did. He
understand.
you
just,
did.
he just let it go.
So everyone's out there
I'm
trying their
very
best, growing goatees.
I'm very thankful you didn't mention my facial hair for the entire
Till
podcast.
the
Right
end.
up until the
Right
end.
to the end.
And nobody listens to the end
So
anyway.
it's now going to be the thumbnail.
Okay, good.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, guys.
Love you
Thanks,
guys.
team.
See you next year.
See ya.